Hello, my gorgeous Gemini. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium. And this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading. And it's in between the 6th and the actual 12th of June 2022. So, this weekly horoscope tarot card reading is for you, my gorgeous Gemini. And it's in between the 6th and the actual 12th of June 2022. My lord, you're about to find yourself like a pretty much so questioning the certain part of your life. At the beginning of this week, you're going to be questioning yourself. You're going to be questioning yourself purely because you are going to be focusing on a certain part of your life, and then you will realize that something is not right, something is wrong. And then the more you think, the more you dig in, the more you're going to feel how there is a very kind of special element which is going to come out, which is going to become obvious, which is about to come to the surface, that you need to explore, you need to investigate. It's to do with an exploration, something that is missing in your life. You will realize through this situation that you need to explore this so much, because otherwise you are not going to kind of speed up the process. You're not going to speed up the stale process in your life that you have been kind of like really hoping for certain things to happen much quicker, much sooner over the last 12 to 18 months indeed. So this is, of course, naturally going to be really strong point for you to deal with, because on one hand you are going to need just a little bit of courage to take this on the next stage, but on another hand you're just going to need to be honest with yourself. Which part of your life, what do you need to explore a little bit further? I will tell you something. It's not that I'm telling you, oh yeah, this is what you need to do. No, baby, no. You are actually going to find out this by yourself. You're going to realize this by yourself, my gorgeous Gemini here. What exactly do you need to explore? Because it's going to become so imminent. You're not going to be able to ignore this. It's going to be on your mind persistently. Once you become aware of the fact what this is, my lordy lord, there is so much that is going to start changing at that moment in time, let alone what's going to happen late, a bit later on, when it comes to the journey that you are about to find yourself at. You will know what you need to explore, and you are really going to kind of dive in. I can see this is all going to happen at the beginning of the week. You are going to find out what this is, and then you're going to dive in. And once you dive in, you are going to have like, oh my god, you're going to realize something. There is going to be like a really mind-blowing experience that you're going to have. It's almost like it's not about like what you're going to, it's not about establishing and realizing what this is, like it's singling this out, but it's about the way you're going to feel as soon as you kind of realize what this is, as soon as you know what this is, as soon as you kind of dive in, because it's going to become like a very, very, like, my lord, like a meaningful experience, like an adventure. And then you're going to realize the essence of your own power, how strong and how powerful you are when you kind of do things 1000% on your own accord, when you kind of do things that come to you immediately, that you feel very strongly about, because sometimes you feel like that and then you go to for an advice maybe from a wrong person, and then the wrong person can kind of put you off. So this is why that happened not that long ago. So this is going to be kind of highlighted and a part of this situation as well, at the time when you need it the most in order to move on with your life. So this is important, my gorgeous Gemini, of course. So you're going to find yourself at the beginning of a very, very important adventure, and this is all going to come through your own optimism, your own enthusiasm. But then again, it's all going to lead towards something really important. Bam, 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 a new initiative, a bright new prospects are about to enter your life. Brand new prospects are about to beautifully, gorgeously, nicely, amazingly about to slide in at a time when you kind of like least expected. And this is going to create such a powerful obsession. I know that obsession is like a word that is like kind of negative, but it's not really, because if you are obsessed to the like a normal level, when it comes to you facing the right part of your life, something that you feel very deep within, then you make the most of life. So it's like a good, healthy, beautiful obsession, because this particular obsession in life, the real obsession, something that really makes us feel very good about ourselves, it's also building us in so many different ways. It helps us to jump up on our spiritual journey. So what happens when we kind of jump up on our spiritual journey, we do things in the right way, and then as the time goes by, we just start start realizing so much that's coming out of us, when it comes to our subconscious mind. This is because we allow ourselves to be ourselves. So we find ourselves being part of these dimensions which are speaking to us from a completely different angle. And then you understand and you know things even more, even further, but you can't really explain it. So that means this is brilliant because it's that much closer to your true self. Okay, so this is why this is going to be so important, because it's going to bring you closer to your true self, closer to your power, closer to your spiritual essence, closer to who you are. This is like part of an absolutely mind-blowing picture. So the fact that you're going to become aware of this like kind of opportunity with unlimited there's so many possibilities that you're going to have here, but they're not going to be obvious like straight away. This is when it's actually going to start. But by the time you get to August 2022, you will see like, oh my Lord, so many other possibilities are going to be there. And this, my gorgeous Gemini, is just the beginning. What you need to understand is stay committed to this, Stay committed to the task at hand. This is something that you need to stay committed to, because it's going to come with a little bit of challenges, The challenges. I know this life is not meant to be easy, and the challenges we are always facing before we are facing something so big when it comes to our lives, like a big step. This is going to lead towards a big step towards us coming out of ourselves and becoming like, oh my God, So, it's natural you will be facing the challenges, and the challenges are going to consist of you like kind of like, oh God, there's a lot going to be around you, but you must not miss this opportunity. These are your challenges, that a lot is going to be happening like on an emotional level, but then at the same time, you must kind of understand that this is all part of this process. It's all part of this task indeed. And on another hand, it's just basically, it's all about you being committed to this task at hand, like whatsoever. This is important for you to understand. Stay on it, my gorgeous Gemini, please. And it is going to bring you a remarkable accomplishment, like a brilliant, huge, massive accomplishment. This is going to bring in your life, like one of the biggest achievements of your life. And I can also see that other people, who mean to you so much, are actually going to be so proud of you as well. I can see that this is going to mean to you so much, like people who are important to you that are going to be proud to you. This will mean to you so much. But then again, emotionally, this is only going to kind of create this powerful ripple effect, which is even kind of going to enhance your energy and inspiration even further, because it makes you so much more powerful, because you're doing so many things at the same time. Not only you're doing the right thing when it comes to your future and future planning, making the right step, but also you're pleasing people who you want to please, like people who mean to you so much. And this is just like a added vavavoom benefit that you are going to have here indeed. By the time you get to the midweek, you're going to realize, oh God, there is going to be just a little bit of like, when it comes to your own peace and tranquility, it is just a lot is going to be happening, a lot is going to be going on. Suddenly you're going to be feeling like, oh God, you're going to go really deep, and you're going to be thinking a lot. You're going to be like a kind of drifting into all sorts of like towards all sorts of like kind of like a very deep dimension. But this is life. We are very complex, and you're very complex. You're very deep, my gorgeous Gemini. So this is normal for you, of course. But you just have to understand this. And when you have this understanding, then you kind of elevate yourself, on top, So you're above absolutely everything. This is crucial. The fact that you're going to be thinking, oh God, there is still not a certain peace and tranquility that you were expecting in your life at this moment in time. But what you need to understand, it's slowly coming to an end. This is going to be a really good sign when it comes to like mind-blowing big mama, like, oh my God, sign. So when you feel like, oh no, I still don't have a peace or tranquility that I wanted to have, I'm worrying about this, I'm worrying about that. No, baby, no, this is a good sign. It's just delayed a little bit. It's not going to be delayed for too long. So don't worry about it. The bottom line is that when you get an important message from somebody very consistent in your life, that a very kind of like a consistent person in your life, it's actually going to give you an important message, an important news, and you will know like, oh my God, I'm finally going to be able like to invest into this part of my life when you become aware of this message. But at the same time, you're also going to realize that this, like, oh my God, what you had on your back and this heaviness, my goodness, like you had so much on your back, it's slowly coming to an end. This is when you're going to realize this. So it's absolutely brilliant indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, it's all like about the actual, the realization that, you have to be strong here. Now, you're going to come across someone who is like going to be having like a rather conflicting influence, about it. You're going to come across this particular person, and this person is going to approach you. And then you wanted to do something with them or through them, or to take a certain advice from them. But then again, it was just something to do with rather conflicting influence. And this, again, is just going to put you off from that person quite a lot. And then after that moment in time, you are really going to realize, you know what, I had absolutely enough. And then suddenly something is going to come to you, and you will see like all along the power was within you. And you're so powerful, you're so strong, and you're going to realize that like somehow through this conflicting influence, you will want to remove yourself from that person, which is the right thing to do. And the next step, it's going to be like, you're just going to feel very strongly like, oh my God, suddenly you're going to really have this very strong respect for knowledge. Suddenly something is going to be on your mind, and you're not going to be able to forget about it. You will want to learn something. You will want to read up about something. It's about you reading, it's about you learning, and it's about you feeling very strong energy when it comes to that. But it's to do with the deep concentration and reflection for study. And at that moment in time, to learn something, to read up a little bit more, this is the part of your journey. You need to read up. Something is missing on your current path. You need to bring it in by finding out what more do you need to know in order to get the maximum enlightenment. And this is what's happening here, because that enlightenment is also going to point out towards the fact that, all along you had this power within you, but then it doesn't really matter. Sooner or later, rather sooner than later, rather at some point than never. Do you see what I mean? So it's absolutely fine. So it's going to make you aware of the fact that all this time the power was within you. There is something that you were worrying about, but it's all about you changing your mind. And this is going to be brilliant, and it's going to be such an enormous breakthrough that you are going to have at the same time. And no, this is not going to be the week like a perfect week where you need to kind of start new projects, No, baby, no, because a lot is going to be happening on an emotional level, on a deep level. You will be thinking quite a lot. A lot is going to become obvious that hasn't become obvious before. So you're just going to be elevating yourself in this spiritual way on this level, you see. So it's not going to be the great week to kind of launch new projects, but it's more like for planning, because the more you plan, the more kind of interesting realizations you are going to have that are going to surprise you. But it's also going to be connected to the way out of the situations that you didn't know what to do in a long time indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Geminis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.